Now let us solve a problem. A gas turbine plant works between the fixed absolute temperature limits 300 Kelvin and 900 Kelvin. The absolute pressure limits being 100 kilopascal and 400 kilopascal. The isentropic efficiency of compressor is 0.8 and for turbine is 0.85. Estimate the actual thermal efficiency of the plant and power available for driving external load. If fuel consumption is 1 kg per second and calorific value is 42 megajoules per kg. Now let us solve a problem. Before that, initially we have to draw a TS diagram for Brayton cycle. So this is the TS diagram. Here there are two lines, two pressure lines, P1, this line is P2 line, this line is P1 line, because the cycle is operating between two constant pressures. As we know that the process 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression in the compressor. Process 2 to 3 is heat addition at constant pressure in the combustion chamber. Process 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion in the turbine. Process 4 to 1 is cooling process. These things we have discussed in the last class. This is the TS diagram for Brayton cycle. Moreover, we also discussed if there are losses. The process 1 to 2 is, it is not a straight vertical line, it will be inclined line, that is 1 to 2 dash. Compression in the compressor is 1 to 2 dash. Same way in the turbine 3 to 4 is, it's not a straight vertical line, it is a inclined line 3 to 4 dash if we consider a losses. So this is the actual TS diagram for Brayton cycle. Now let us see the given data. In the problem, they have given that temperatures. The gas turbine working between temperature limits 300 Kelvin and 900 Kelvin. So here at point 1, initial temperature 300 Kelvin. After combustion takes place in the combustion chamber, the temperature increased to 900 Kelvin. So at point 3. And also they have given pressure limits 100 kilopascal and 400 kilopascal. So P1 is 100 kilopascal, P2 is 400 kilopascal. They also given isentropic efficiency of compressor. Compressor efficiency 0.8, turbine efficiency is 0.85. Now let us solve a problem. Isentropic efficiency of the compressor is ideal work divided by actual work. Here compressor process is 1 to 2. Ideal work is 1 to 2 is the ideal work. 1 to 2 dash is the actual work, because in actual TS diagram there will be losses. So 1 to 2 dash is the actual work, 1 to 2 is ideal work. So we can write it as from TS diagram Ideal work is 1 to 2. So I have written here Cp into T2 minus T1 divided by actual work done by the compressor. Actual work done is 1 to 2 dash. If we consider the losses 1 to 2 dash, so I have written here Cp into T2 dash minus T1. Here Cp gets cancelled. So isentropic efficiency of compressor equals to T2 minus T1 divided by T2 dash minus T1. Same way we can find the isentropic efficiency for turbine. In TS diagram, isentropic expansion taking place in the turbine in the process 3 to 4. Here 3 to 4 is the ideal work done, 3 to 4 dash is the actual work done. Okay. Now from TS diagram we can write it as efficiency of the turbine equals to actual work done. Actual work done is between 3 to 4 dash. So from this we can write it as Cp into T3 minus T4 dash divided by ideal work done. Ideal work done is between 3 to 4. So from TS diagram we can write it as Cp into T3 minus T4. Okay. Here again Cp gets cancelled. Isentropic efficiency of the turbine equals to T3 minus T4 dash divided by T3 minus T4. Okay. From this we can find the isentropic efficiency of the turbine. Now let us find temperature at point 2. From this TS diagram we can write T2 equals to T1 into P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. In the problem they have given T1 value 300 Kelvin, P2 value is 400 kilopascal, P1 100 kilopascal, gamma of air is 1.4. Once you substitute all the values, we can get the temperature at point 2 445.8 Kelvin. Now let us find temperature at point 2 dash. To find that, we know that efficiency of the compressor equals to T2 minus T1 divided by T2 dash minus T1. In the problem they already given efficiency of the compressor value is 0.8. So from this we can write it as T2 dash equals to T1 plus T2 minus T1 divided by 0.8. So the temperature at point 2 dash is 482.25 Kelvin. Same way we can find the temperature at point 4. To find that, from the TS diagram we can write it as T3 by T4 equals to P3 by P4 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Here T3 value already given in the problem, that is 900 Kelvin divided by T4 equals to P3 by P4. This value is also already given in the problem, because in TS diagram process 223 is the constant pressure process. So we can write it as P2 equals to P3, and also process 124 also constant pressure process. So we can write it as P1 equals to P4. So once you substitute P3, P4 values here, we know that gamma of air is 1.4. So finally we can get the temperature at point 4, 605.65 Kelvin. So far now we know the temperature at point 1, point 2, point 2 dash, point 3, point 4. So now let us find temperature at point 4 dash. To find that, as we know that efficiency of the turbine equals to T3 minus T4 dash divided by T3 minus T4. So from this we can write it as T4 dash equals to T3 minus efficiency of the turbine into T3 minus T4. T3 value already given in the problem. Efficiency of the turbine also given in the problem, that is 0.85. We know T3, T4 values also. Once you substitute, we can get the temperature at point 4 dash, that is 649.8 K. So now finally we know temperatures at all points, so that we can find the efficiency of the turbine. Before that, in the problem they have given mass flow rate is 1 kg per second, and also they have given calorific value. So we can write it as mass of air plus mass of fluid into H3 at point 3 minus mass of air into H2 dash at point 2 dash equals to mass of fuel into calorific value. From this we can find the ratio of mass of air per mass of fluid. To find that, if we divide the whole equation with mass of fluid, we can write it as mass of air divided by mass of fluid plus mass of fluid divided by mass of fluid into H3 minus mass of air divided by mass of fluid equals to mass of fluid divided by mass of fluid into Cv. Okay, here the whole equation divided with the mass of fluid to find the Ma by Mf. So here mass of fluid gets cancelled. Now we can find the mass of air divided by mass of fluid. Cv value already given in the problem. So calorific value already given in the problem, that is 42,000 kilojoule per kg. Once you substitute this in the previous equation, we can get the ratio of mass of air divided by mass of the fluid equals to 97.88, which means per kg of the air we need this much of fuel. Okay, now we can find the work done by the compressor. From the TS diagram we can write it as work done by the compressor equals to Cp into T2 dash minus T1. This is the actual work done by the compressor, because Here we are considering losses also. Actually here mass also will be there. So m into Cp into T2 dash minus T1. But mass of air value already given in the problem, that is 1 kg. So Cp of the air is 1.005 into T2 dash value we just calculated, T1 value given in the problem. So we can find the work done by the compressor. Actual work done by the compressor equals to 183.16 kilojoule per kg. Similarly, we can find the work done by the turbine. In TS diagram, at point 2 only air will be there. In the bottom figure you can see at point 2 only air will be there. That air is coming from the compressor. But at point 3 air plus fuel will be there, because in the combustion chamber here we are supplying the fuel from the outside plus air is coming from the compressor. Both will be mixed and there will be combustion. So at point 3 there will be air plus fuel. So we can write it as work done by the turbine equals to, here 1 is the mass of the air plus, here I have written 1 by 97.89, which means for 1 kg of the air we required a 97.89 fuel. So this we already calculated here, which means for 1 kg of the air we need 97.89 fuel into Cp into T3 minus T4 dash. Now, but here Cp is the Cp of the flue gases, because in the combustion chamber both air and fuel will mix. After mixing there will be a combustion. After combustion it will release as a flue gases. So here Cp is the Cp of the flue gases, but in the problem they are not given Cp of the flue gases, so we don't know the value of the Cp of the flue gases. But here to find the work done we just assume that here instead of Cp of the gases we take Cp of the air. So once you substitute all the values we can get the work done by the turbine 254 kilojoule per kg. Now finally we can find the net work done. Net work done is work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor, because compressor is using part of the power from the turbine. So work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor. Here also we know all the values, but mass of the air is 97.88 for burning 1 kg of the fuel. So calorific value already given in the problem. So if we divide with the calorific value and multiply with the mass of the air, we can get the efficiency. Efficiency equals to 16.5%. Now let us see performance evaluations of gas turbine. Performance of any machine is important. For gas turbine, To evaluate performance, we need thermal efficiency, isentropic efficiency of compressor, isentropic efficiency of the turbine. Based on these things, we can evaluate the performance of the gas turbine. This is the TS diagram for Brayton cycle. Here I want to clear one thing. So this is the pressure line P2, this is the pressure line P1. These two lines are not parallel. Actually these two are like divergent type, because the pressure ratio at compressor, pressure ratios at turbine are different. So the pressure lines are divergent, not parallel. Okay. Now let us see. Here process 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression process in the compressor. But 1 to 2 dash is the, if we consider the losses, the line is inclined line. So from this isentropic efficiency of the compressor, we can write it as ideal work divided by actual work. Ideal work is the T2 by T1 dash, actual work is T2 dash by T1. But here this efficiency vary with the pressure ratio, because for example if we take 1 to 2, here pressure ratio is different. If we take 1 to 2 dash, the pressure ratio is different. For example, if the pressure, if the line is like this, here again the pressure ratio will be different. So it is very difficult to compare the performance of the compressors. For this, polytropic efficiency or small stage efficiency coming to the picture. Okay, the differential rise in pressure, what is the actual compression, which means obviously in the compressor the pressure of the gas will be increased. At point 2 the pressure of the gas will be greater than the at point 1. Okay, so polytropic efficiency we can write it as, polytropic efficiency for compressor is dt by dt dash. This I have taken from the TS diagram. Here 1 to 2, this length is dt, 1 to 2 dash, this is dt dash. Okay, so here ideal divided by actual. Similarly we can write it for turbines also. Here in this diagram 3 to 4 is the isentropic expansion in the turbine, 3 to 4 dash is inclined line if we consider the losses. So from this, polytropic efficiency of the turbine equals to dt dash divided by dt, because here 3 to 4 is dt, 3 to 4 dash is dt dash. Here actual divided by ideal. Okay, in case of turbine, actual will be lower when compared with the ideal, but for compressors ideal will be lower when compared with the actual. So polytropic efficiency of the turbine just reverse of the polytropic efficiency of the compressor. Now we can find the, we can compare the performance of different compressors. As we know that PV by T equals to constant. So P power gamma V2 power gamma equals to C1 into T dash power gamma. This we can write it as P power gamma minus 1 into PV power gamma equals to C1 into T dash power gamma. Here PV power gamma is constant. So we can write it as P power gamma minus 1 equals to, here constant by constant is constant. So C into T1 power gamma. But for small stage we have to differentiate. So if we differentiate, dP by P equals to gamma by gamma minus 1 dt by T dash. This we can write it as gamma by gamma minus 1. Here dt is isentropic efficiency of the compressor into dt dash divided by T dash. Okay, this is for small stage. But if we go for full stage, we have to integrate this between 1 to 2. So if we integrate between 1 to 2 dP by T, after integration this equation it would be a T2 dash divided by T1 equals to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma into isentropic efficiency for small stage. So for small stage equals to, small stage efficiency equals to gamma minus 1 by gamma log P2 by P1 log T2 by T1. So this is n by n minus 1. So we can write it as gamma minus 1 by gamma into n by n minus 1. So n by n minus 1 equals to gamma minus 1 by gamma into small stage efficiency. Similarly, we can write for turbine also. For turbine, it is the process between 3 to 4 dash. So we can write it as T4 dash divided by T3 equals to P3 by P4 gamma minus 1 by gamma into small stage efficiency. Now let us find optimum pressure ratio for specific output. We know that T2 by T1 equals to T3 by T4 equals to P2 by P1 whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. This equation we already discussed in one of our previous class. Here P2 by P1 we can write it as RP, which means pressure ratio whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. Now work done by the compressor. Actual work done by the compressor, from the TS diagram we can write it as H2 dash minus H1 equals to Cp into T2 dash minus T1. This we can write it as Cp into, instead of T2 dash minus T1 we can write it as T2 minus T1 divided by efficiency of the compressor, because efficiency of the compressor is T2 minus T1 divided by T2 dash minus T1. Same way To find the actual work done by the turbine from the TS diagram, we can write it as H3 minus H4 dash equals to Cp into T3 minus T4 dash. This we can write it as Cp into, in the place of T3 minus T4 dash, we can write it as T3 minus T4 into efficiency of the turbine, because efficiency of the turbine equals to T3 minus T4 dash divided by T3 minus T4. From this we can find the net work done. So net work done, we can write it as work done by the turbine minus work done by the compressor. Work done by the turbine is Cp into T3 minus T4 efficiency of the turbine minus work done by the compressor is Cp into T2 minus T1 divided by efficiency of the compressor. So this we can write it as Cp into efficiency of the turbine. If you take T3 common, 1 minus T4 by T3 minus Cp by isentropic efficiency of the compressor into, if you take T1 common, T2 by T1 minus 1. Okay. This again we can write it as net work done equals to Cp efficiency of the turbine into T3, 1 minus, here instead of T4 by T3 I have written 1 by x, because here right side in this equation, if we take this portion as a x, T4 by T3 will be 1 by x. So same thing I have written here, minus Cp by efficiency of the compressor T1 into, here instead of T2 by T1 I have written x, because in this equation T2 by T1 is x. But here we are going to find the maximum pressure ratio. To find the maximum pressure ratio, we always do differentiation. So when we do differentiation, this we can write it as dw by dx equals to, it will be 0, equals to Cp into efficiency of the compressor T3 into 1 by x square minus Cp by efficiency of the compressor into T1. This equation you can write it as x equals to square root of efficiency of the compressor, efficiency of the turbine into T3 by T1. Okay, but here x is Rp. Rp is the pressure ratio whole power gamma minus 1 by gamma. This I have taken from here. Okay. Now finally, the maximum pressure ratio we can write it as Rp equals to, or gamma P equals to efficiency of the compressor, efficiency of the turbine T3 by T1 whole power gamma by 2 into gamma minus 1. So from this equation we can find the pressure ratio, maximum pressure ratio. Generally in the given problem or even practically, we know the values of T3 and T1. Gamma value, gamma of the air or flue gases we know. Once you substitute we can find the maximum pressure ratio from this equation. Okay. Here one more point is, if we increase the pressure ratio of the compressor, same time the output of the compressor also increase. Same way, if we decrease the pressure ratio of the compressor, the output of the turbine will decrease. Okay. With this I stop here. Next class we will continue other topics.